Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. My name is Draygone the Well and Fuzzbottom Jr. and these are some of my patrons. Snow Kieran, Hidoru, Theo Vellum, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Lit Dragon. When we last left off, I finished up level 2 of the Dark World and acquired the hookshot. And today, I was planning on using the hookshot to do some exploration. But, as it turns out, there actually isn't very much exploration to do. So we are not going to be doing that today. I'm gonna instead wait until later on when there's a little bit more exploration to do because, well, trust me, it'll be better if I have more exploration to do. Instead, today we are going to level 3 of the Dark World, which is located in the Skull Woods, which is the Dark World version of the Lost Woods. And the reason why I am deciding to go to level 3 is because in the Skull Woods there is a magical item called the Fire Rod. Being a magical item, it uses magic. And I really want to use some magic because I am almost full on money and I want a reason to use up these magic potions so that I can spend money on more magic potions. That is the plan. Anyway, here we are in Skull Woods, so called because of the skulls. Mind you, we've had plenty of these little skulls as we explored the Dark World, but we haven't had skulls like these. Also, we got that guy who just stole my shield. That is the guy who steals your shield. I'm assuming it's a guy. It could entirely be female. I mean, this is a plant we're talking about. Actually, if it's a plant, that would make it a hermaphrodite. Well, anyway, I'm gonna use this here spell. I could just kill it with my spell, or kill it with my sword, but I want to use a spell. Specifically, that spell. Oh, not you. I need to kill this guy before he thaws. Girl, whatever. Get my shield back, and now my shield is all frosty. That is a little glitch that you can perform, even in the original version of this game. Kind of interesting. Alright, I'm going to want to try to avoid all these little holes because, well, Skull Woods is kind of a confusing dungeon. It is in multiple parts. Right here we have the main entrance, and we're not actually going to be able to do anything from here. Instead, we want to fall down a hole, I think? No, not a hole. We want to find one of the other entrances. This place is definitely going to be confusing because multiple parts and lots of entrances. You really gotta know which hole or which entrance you want to... Sorry about that. Which hole and entrance you want to go through. And in that case, in this situation, this is the entrance we want to start with first. Also, we got mummies now. They're kind of going to be a pain. Oh, also that guy. The Grubby Manhand. I don't know what his official name is, but he is affectionately called the Grubby Manhand. What he will do... Whoa, how did that happen? You're not supposed to go on top of blocks. What he does, if he manages to grab you, is he sends you back to the entrance of the dungeon. Or, in the case of this dungeon, the entrance that you came in. Okay, that was interesting. And unfortunately, even if you kill him, he comes back. It's unfortunate and annoying, and you gotta keep on your guard. Give me that magic. I know it's given me a reason not to use a potion to refill my magic, but hey, as long as you're dropping bottles... Oh, this is about to be bad. I dodged it. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail. Maybe. Alright, not much in here, just another magic potion. Rather big one. Alright, just for demonstration, let's go ahead and let this guy land on me because I want to go back to the entrance of this dungeon anyway. Oh yeah, another unfortunate thing about being caught and sent back to the start, all the enemies respawn. It's unfortunate. Alright, now that we got the big key, we want to go ahead and make our way... That was unfortunate too. I might have to use one of these potions to refill my health. Anyway, we want to make our way to a secret entrance right here. Alright, land inside the skulls, throw a skull at that guy. Time for more bombs. And... should I use my bee now? Why not? Go, bee! My bee is going to be handy here. Not totally handy. There's a few situations where I'd prefer to use magic, but for those bouncy guys, those orb guys, yeah, bee would be helpful. Alright, so we got a gap in here that I can't cross, but we can solve that pretty easily by stepping on these little star tiles. And when we come back in here, we've got less gaps. Even though we're not going to be doing much exploration with the hookshot today, we can at least hop over here to these skulls. They got more magic. Not that I needed it. Alright, pull the lever, and... now we can make our way down there. Give the camera more space so that I can see these guys, because they're kind of annoying. And here is that one room that I showed off in the first room of this dungeon entrance that I went into. And inside the treasure chest, you found the fire rod. This rod commands the red fire, as opposed to blue fire. I mean, we have had blue fire in Zelda games. I don't think there's blue fire in this game. Watch your magic meter. And try not to burn your tail. Trust me, we've already handled plenty of fire in this playthrough. Alright, so now we got the fire rod. Yay! These are going to be coming in handy for the mummy. Can it burn these? No? You want to slash them? Hold on a sec. I need to not get hit by that thing. And I'll kind of leave him stranded there. You know, before I grab the rest of these skulls, which may or may not have hearts on under them, this flashy ball kind of reminds me of the flashy balls in the first Zelda game, and some of them made it so that you could no longer use your sword. I wonder if this one's the same. Nope, just causes damage. I suppose the substitute for those enemies is that sparkly dot that makes you naked, because that makes you unable to use a sword. It's definitely more interesting than the flashy balls, tell you what. Oh, gonna want my bee out. Da da da! Come on. No, 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 no! Okay, well, apparently Mr. B is good for the blue guys, but not the red guys. Well, so much for Mr. B helping me out in this dungeon. Alright, so I got the map, and here is the dungeon that we are in. It is in 3 parts, by the way. I'm in the first part earlier in the big key area, that was the second part, and the boss is in the 3rd part. If I was dumb, I would totally make this a 3-part episode, but that would not be very beneficial. Well, if I don't have Mr. B anymore, I guess I'll use my hook shot. Oop, but be careful how I use it. Alright, I think that's all I can do for right now. Let me take a look at the map. Ah, I remember where I want to go. Well, technically speaking, we don't have to explore the rooms at the bottom there. We can just go ahead and move on to the rooms on the left in the second area where the big key was. But for the sake of completion, I'll go ahead and explore the rest of the first part of this dungeon. Now, which way do I want to go? Not this way. Oh, hey, thank you. Aw, one heart short of being able to shoot energy. Alright, I want to fall down this hole. Stun you. Definitely regret not having Mr. B. But at least, you can stun these guys if you know, don't miss. I think there's only magic under this one. Yeah. Haven't used much magic yet. Guess I'll have to use some in the next room. And right here will get me my... Well, I was about to say last heart, but I took damage. Alright, you know what? Bombos. By the way, those guys are immune to the fire rod. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure that is the reason why I'm not using the fire rod on them. I'm gonna skip that treasure chest for the moment. Speaking of fire rod, gonna come in handy in this room. One hit, they're dead. As opposed to getting close enough to take damage. Getting to them is hard. You know what? I should just use the Bombo spell against them. Take less damage that way. Found a key. I'm gonna ignore that locked door, though. And we're gonna open up this. And it's a trap. That's okay. This is easy to navigate. Anything under these? Health? Cool. Too bad I'm not at full health. Then this is a one-way trip. I kind of want to make note of this room, by the way. With all the bouncies and the mummies. And then it turns out that I forgot to actually explain why I wanted to point that room out. It's because here's the main entrance of the dungeon. Follow down this hole. And this leads to the room that I am currently in the middle of. And now you know. There's also a glitch that you can perform in here, but I can't quite pull it off, so I'm not gonna try. Something about misaligning the camera. The details are basically, if you get yourself stuck between these two bumpers for a little bit, somehow that'll knock loose the camera so that when you come in here and try going through passages, the camera does not stay put, rather it follows you through the wall, like stays on top of you, something along those lines. Anyway, you'll recognize where we are now. We're back over here. And that is the locked door that I ignored. And I'm going to continue to ignore it. We are done with the first part of this dungeon. To be continued today. So let's head back to the second part of this dungeon. And we're going to want to head left. Whoop. No, you don't. See? Immune. And attacking them with your sword is dangerous because no matter what, you bounce off of them. So bombos would be more useful against them. Alright, we got a room there that we can't get to. Just the one room. We could ignore it. It is yet another section of this dungeon that we could just ignore. I find that kind of interesting that so much of this dungeon is optional, but that actually adds to the confusion. This place is definitely a maze, so it's a good thing that I practiced this dungeon. Oh boy, this thing looks ominous. This is actually the entrance to the third part of the dungeon. But let's go ahead and finish exploring the second part. Oh, you moved. Oh boy. Nope. Hey, follow me if you dare. Well, he tried. Time for more bombos, I guess. Sure. I could use this spell to just kill everything in this dungeon. But what would be the fun in that? Oh, hold on. Got another one of these guys. Too bad Mr. Grubby Manhand doesn't knock him out. Oh boy. Alright, so here's this section again, and if we come through this door, we'll find a passage to get in here, or something like that. Basically, the holes are gone now. And this room is actually slightly pointless. There is nothing important in this room, which is why it is optional. Come here, you. I wonder if you can use your hookshot on those guys. Alright, let's see here. So, nothing much under that. And I basically have no way of escaping this room without falling down a hole, so let's fall down a hole. By the way, if you decide instead of going left from here, you go to the right, I hate the way those guys bounce. And then you come back and the whole situation is reset. The whole change is only saved if you head left. Find that kind of interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and head into the third and final part of this dungeon. So we need the fire rod to get in here. You know, I've burned my tongue before, but not that bad. And not because of breathing fire either. I am not a fire-breathing raccoon dragon. I do not come from a lineage of fire-breathing dragons. Which is kind of a shame. That would be kind of fun to do that. Alright, part 3. Let's see here. There's a key in that chest down there. I could ignore it, since I still have a key from the first part of this dungeon. But, like I said, I prefer to show off the entire thing. Although this is certainly going to be a pain. Yeah. You know what? Let's make this easy. Remove this layer. Alright. This will be much easier. Huh. So that's what it looks like in between rooms. That's interesting. Oh boy. We got that thing again. That thing that takes the place of those flashy orbs that disable your sword. Those bumpers get glitchy when they're on top of the screen. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll just go through these. Yeah, I kind of figured there'd be one there. And while we're at it... Another thing is, those mummies drop lots of magic. Which is why I haven't actually had to use one of my potions yet. Man, it bums me that I'm gonna have to go get another good bee. Alright, there's another key. I was about to say last key, but it's not technically the last key. Hold on a sec, I need to find out what is in these skulls down here. They are empty. Good to know. I guess. Oh, this again. Okay, I call shenanigans on that. Although I suppose I could have just went the same direction he went instead of against the direction he went. Oh, what was that? Hold on. A block? Oh. It's not an important block. Oh boy, don't this room look fun. First things first. I'm glad Bombos gets rid of those red jellyfish without spawning other jellyfish. By the way, there is no benefit to using your hookshot on these skulls. I already tried. I gotta find out what's under that one. Alright, I found out what it is. More magic. Alright, here's where we really need the fire rod. Although, the torch would also work, I guess. Oh boy. And... more bombos. And there's a secret passage right here. And here we go again. Now I'm using my magic. Good, I'll actually be using a blue potion before we're done here. Assuming that doesn't drop a big bottle. Nope, it didn't. It dropped a key. Which we need to get into this room. And down that hole is the boss. So, by the way, this boss here is quite possibly the only boss in the game that can be damaged by Mr. B. Unfortunately, I don't have Mr. B anymore, so... not that it matters. Mr. B can't kill it. Instead, we're going to be using the magic cape for this fight. And as I fight this guy while being invisible and impervious to damage, I want you to imagine how hard this fight would be if I wasn't invincible. Okay guys, I am going to cut in again this episode because after recording this episode and fighting the boss, I realized that maybe there is a way to have the bee be helpful in this fight. So I'm going to cut in with a special clip and then we'll cut back to the original recording after the boss is over. Alright. Bee number 1, bee number 2, bee number 3, and we got ourselves a swarm. Get in my cape, have at you. And done. Unfortunately, I can't put my bee away, because I can't go into the menu to get out my net. Boy, all that. Did you see all those moving spikes? That would have been painful if it wasn't for my cape. He also shoots laser beams. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Yeah, we've heard that part before. Do you know the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm? This is the way I heard it. If a person who has an evil heart gets the Triforce, a hero is destined to appear. And he alone must face the person who began the Great Cataclysm. You know, I'm kind of wondering almost if this is talking about the events of Breath of the Wild. However, I've already previously established that the Zelda games are not actually connected to each other. Not all of them, anyway. If the Evil One destroys the hero, nothing can save the world from his wicked reign. Only a person of the Knights of Hyrule who protected the royalty of Hylia can become the hero. Yeah, this is... Breath of the Wild is definitely going off of this little bit of text. You are of the hero's bloodline, aren't you? Then no matter what body you have, you carry the hope of everyone with you. Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright, well, we're done with that place. Now what? Now I want to check something. I want to know what I'm going to be doing next time. Don't notice me. So we're going to head to Link's house and find the teleporter to the Dark World so we can go to the Dark World version of Link's house. Which is over there, under that rock. Alright, so let's see here. Bomb yet? No. Alright, next episode will not be an exploration episode. That's basically what I'm waiting for. There's gonna be another bomb for sale here. A very special bomb. And once I have access to that bomb, then we'll do the exploration episode with the hookshot. But for the time being, well, it'll have to wait. So I guess next time I'm gonna be going into one of these here dungeons. Well, it can't be dungeon number 7 because that requires an item I don't have yet. Which dungeon is it located in, I wonder? I don't know. Well, anyway, down at the bottom of the screen is all of my patrons. And next time we're going to be going to one of those dungeons. Maybe I'll go after the dungeon that has the item that unlocks level 7. Or maybe... well, it depends on what the other dungeon has. Maybe there's a really cool item that I want. Although as far as inventory items go, it really is just the one more item down there. Maybe I'll go for it? Maybe. It is another magical item. Alright. That sounds like a plan. Next time, assuming that I'm able to, I'll be going after the Cane of Samara. I'll see you then.